Hello and welcome to the BBC News School Report at Cowley International College. For our first story, there's trouble in the Commons as the Queen signs the Article 50 bill. Here to tell us more on that story are Joe and Dean.
Turbulence in Westminster this week as the Queen is about to sign the bill to clear the way for Theresa May to sign Article 50 and begin the process of leaving the EU.
The Prime Minister has promised to announce when she has triggered Article 50, which will begin the 2-year process of negotiation. It will be spearheaded by David Davis to secure a deed to keep Britain afloat.
This has sparked uproar from within the Commons as the SNP and Nicola Sturgeon have taken the opportunity to announce a second Scottish independence referendum. Mrs May has told the SNP not to play politics or create uncertainty or division.
After the humiliating U-turn over national insurance this week, Labour's Jeremy Corbyn has accused the Tories of being complacent. Despite this, Theresa May is still on track to start the journey out of Europe by the end of this month. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Dean. Now, more on the concerns of mental health in schools. Over to you, Ajna.
Thanks, Megan. Hi, I'm Ajna.
And I'm Tyler. Did you know mental health issues have increased over the UK and schools have been accused of doing nothing about it?
16-year-old Grace has been bullied for the past 9 years, has moved schools twice, struggled with suicidal thoughts and taken medication for anxiety and depression.
She says, I'd get beaten up every week. She also said the teachers wouldn't do anything about it. She even heard them talking behind her back.
Sarah, her mother, has informed that Grace has received help through counselling, however only little support directly from her first 2 schools. She's an anti-bullying ambassador at her 3rd school where she has a lot of support.
In January, Prime Minister Theresa May announced a proposal to transform attitudes to mental health, with a focus on children and young people. They have planned to include better links between schools and NHS specialist staff and mental health first aid training for every secondary school.
According to research, 70% of teenagers experience negative feelings and a third aren't confident enough to speak to a teacher about it.
Commerce researchers questioned over 1,000 11 to 16-year-olds. Here are some of the statistics.
18% described that the help they were offered at their schools for worries and concerns as poor. 66% described that the help and concerns as good.
Half said there was an allocated teacher they could talk to about worries and concerns, and 15% said their school had appointed older students as mentors.
Now over to Jasmina, who is going to speak to our safeguarding officer, Mr Livesey. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Ajna. Hello, Mr Livesey.
Hello.
As head of safeguarding at Cowley, why do you think the number of young people with mental health issues is increasing?
You know, I don't know if I would agree that it's increasing. What I would say to you is there's more of an awareness now. Whereas in the past, parents and possibly even teachers have said, oh, just get on with it, there's nothing wrong with you. Now they're realising that there is something wrong. So it's more of an awareness. But I do agree, we're being made more aware of a lot more people, and then thus we can help them. So that awareness is crucial.
Okay. At Cowley, do you believe there is enough help for people with mental health issues?
If I'm honest, no. But I can hopefully get the opportunity to tell you what we're planning on doing. There is a lot of help currently, but we need a lot more help and some training as well for staff, which is again some initiatives that we're working on. So would you like me to tell you about those?
Yes, please.
Well, there's 2 initiatives. One is called BOSS. It's the Bernardo's online support service, and what we're going to do is recruit 2 volunteers to act as BOSS champions from each year group, a male and a female, and they will be trained to signpost people towards the BOSS. They're not council people as such, because obviously that takes a lot of years and lots of training. That's one initiative. Another initiative that Miss Reid and the Community and Beliefs Department are running is about the emotional well-being of our vulnerable families. So there'll be 10 families involved, and they'll be chosen by the year teams, and Miss Reid and others will work with those to help them overcome their issues. So it might not be the pupil that has the issue, it might be the parents, but of course it has a knock-on effect on the pupil. And there's another initiative as well, it's about a sleep campaign. Do you know that you need, as a young person, 8 hours sleep a night for your brain to repair itself? That's what happens when you go to sleep. And at the moment we don't believe young people are getting that amount of sleep. So there's going to be a sleep campaign going on. Better sleep promotes better mental health.
How do you think we could help make more people aware about this?
I think what you're doing now is wonderful. It will make an awareness. People will be able to understand that if someone says they're feeling depressed, feeling down, that perhaps there's a cause for it, and they should tell us. So if your friend said to you, I'm feeling really down, I feel depressed, you'd be able to say, go and see Mr. Livesey, go and see the year team. And if they don't, you'd be able to come to us and say, and we can do some intervention and hopefully stop anything serious happening.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Back to the studio.
What language would you like to learn in school? Well, a more unconventional language may be coming to a classroom near you. Here to tell us more is Jack.
Hello, I'm Jack. This is Sean and this is Charlie. Today we will be talking about the question, should sign language be a compulsory subject in schools?
In the UK, there are approximately 11 million children that are deaf or struggle with hearing.
BSL, which stands for British Sign Language, is the first or preferred form of sign language of approximately 70,000 deaf people in the UK. It was acknowledged by the government as an official language in 2003.
This was stated by the Department of Education in England, responding to a petition stating that BSL should be recognised as a language in its own right.
In the UK, there are more than 48,000 children that are deaf. Emmanuel, aged 7, quotes, "When I meet hearing children who can sign, I feel happy and confident."
Blankneville School and Highgate Primary School are working in partnership so that deaf and hearing children can learn from each other.
Stay tuned for more information on this subject. I've been Jack.
I've been Sean.
And I've been Charlie.
Thank you for watching, and now back to the studio.
That means thank you in BSL. Well, anyway, I've heard of cyclists going a little too far, but this is ridiculous. Sorry. Over to Leo.
Hi, I'm Leo and this is Ryan. Recently, two men located in Perth have completed a rather interesting bike ride. They used GPS to cycle in the shape of a goat.
They travelled an amazing 202 kilometres in 6 hours, something that many others have attempted but few achieved.
The cyclist said this was a way to shake up the usual ride. In case you were wondering, they chose a goat as it's an easy animal to draw in profile. In the future, they would like to create more animals.
This humorous occasion has inspired many people to take up cycling in an attempt to recreate the goat.
The picture was posted on an app called Strava, captioned, "I am one with the goat is with me." Other cycling paths have been posted include dinosaurs, roosters, Star Wars figures and even bicycles. We then asked one of our PE teachers for his thoughts on cycling.
Well, here at Cowley we offer cycling training to every year 7 and this year we've got nearly 100 kids taking part in the level 3 national qualification in cycling. So obviously confidence on the road is really important for them, and hopefully when they get that confidence then they'll be more likely to cycle to and from school.
What cycling activities have the school took part in?
Well, we have a bike track in the woods, so in the summer term we offer cycling competitions, races in the woods. We've got BMXs, so we've got all the equipment at school, and so we have house competitions and things like that for the kids to take part in. We also have taken kids to Holland as part of the Duke of Edinburgh expedition, and they cycle around Holland, which is obviously really exciting for the kids.
Thanks, Mr. Foster.
Thank you.
Back to the studio.
Thanks, Ryan. Now onto the sport where we have an update on Leicester City. Over to you, Tom.
Thank you, Megan. Hello, my name is Tom, this is Liam, and this is James.
Recently, Leicester City won their game against Sevilla to get through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League.
In today's story, we're going to talk about their rise to fame and how they became possibly the most famous and popular team in English football.
Surprisingly, Leicester City's original name was Leicester Fosse, as they played on Fosse Road.
They were founded in 1884 and were elected to the Football League 10 years later.
The Foxes have been FA Cup finalists 4 times, and in 1971 they won the Community Shield.
Fast forward to 2014, when they were crowned the champions of the Football League Championship, resulting in them being promoted to the Premier League.
The Blues had a bit of a rocky start to the Premiership with just 19 points in 29 games. However, they turned it around with 7 wins in their last 9 games to guarantee them safety.
In the next season, they were almost unstoppable, with Riyad Mahrez and Jamie Vardy being crucial in Leicester's title charge.
On the 2nd of May 2016, Leicester City were officially crowned champions of the Premier League for the first time in their history.
As we said before, they are now in the quarter-finals of the UEFA Champions League. Can they win it? We'll soon find out.
Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you for tuning in to our school report. See you next year.